Good evening, guys. How are you today? This is Jimpanos, transformational career coach. I help and inspire professionals in London and across the globe by my passion to find their passion and pursue the career they truly love. And right now, if you are struggling to create more time for yourself, more money, okay, for yourself, and for your loved ones, and if you want to be more fulfilled and happy in your life and at work as well as more productive, then stay tuned, because today we're learning about the value of creativity, one of the most important skills that you can develop. I'm accredited and certified by ICF, the National Coaches Federation. It's the largest coaches organization in the world, and I'm the creator of the Find Your Passion method, a unique career coaching tool that can help professionals across the globe to find their passion and pursue the career they truly love. And I have a vision. My vision is to inspire 3 billion people in 195 countries by 2060 to find their passion and pursue the career they truly love. And I'm sharing this with you guys because if you do want to be a part of this vision, you can actually do that. You can give me your very valuable input on my first book, Find Your Passion, How to Discover and Pursue Your Passion and Transform Your Life. And then you will get, of course, as an exchange of your very valuable time, because nothing is for free, of course. I will give you, my personal time, a 45 minutes coaching call, a value of £250 for free as an exchange for your time, and we'll figure out where you are right now, and we'll identify the number one challenge that you are having right now in your life, or the number one area that you want to improve on. We'll figure out where you want to go, and I will make sure that you will have all the tools that you need to bridge that gap. Okay, so this is a value that you will get, and if you are interested in this, then type yes in the comments below. Of course, feel free to comment anything that does resonate with you, agree or disagree, and of course, if you would like me to present something for you, feel free also to reach out to me, and feel free to give us some thumbs up if you do like this video. Feel free to share this with anyone you believe they might benefit from, and give me some love. I'm always sending you my love here from London. So let's dive in right away. So the value of creativity, it's really, really important, first of all, to understand something that creativity, okay, in terms of its definition, is your ability, okay, to put your imagination into practice. Okay, so it's your ability to to put your imagination into practice. And I'm telling you this because you and everyone, okay, has imagination, okay, but not everyone is creative, not because they can't. No, they can be, okay, but the problem is that they don't put their imagination into action, into practice, into something tangible, okay, or something useful for themselves or others. So, but that doesn't mean that you cannot be creative. And there is a big myth around creativity, and the myth goes like this: creative people are those who are in the creative industry. So, for example, let's say directors, songwriters, generally music, composers, what else? Writers, okay, this kind of professions. But this is a big myth, because anyone who can create something, as long as, for example, you write an article or something, even if you are not a writer, okay, or if you don't even make a living at it, okay, you are creative. And imagine that you might be thinking that this kind of professionals, they have a natural talent, and yes, that is true. But what is also true is that the part of our nature, okay, in terms of our creativity. So if creativity is a quality that it's inherent, okay, so it passes from generation to generation. This is just 30% of the creativity skill. The rest 70% is about practice. That's why it's a skill, okay? And these are, the opinions, like of the most recent creativity experts. Okay, so definitely you can create something. Okay, so forget about the title and the label of creative. Okay, you can be creative as long as you have imagination, and everyone has imagination. So this is number one. Number two, why is it important? So it's important, first of all, because it will help you save more time. Why? Because you will be more productive, and you will be more productive because you will be able to find solutions, okay, faster and easier, okay, and not only faster and easier, but in a more effective way. So that will definitely save you time. It will make you more productive, and once you are more productive, you become more profitable. So it's also important, if you are interested in making more money, okay. So and I think that you might be interested in. So these are just a few reasons, but the most important one, in my opinion, is the impact that it has, like in my personal and professional life, in terms of how you respond to problems. So it actually like skyrockets your problem solving skills. Why? Because once you have practiced your creativity skills, you can find like solutions in a really, really effective way, and that can apply not only to your day-to-day job, but to your life in general, because you just need to think differently, okay, and apply this. So trust me, I can see the impact in my own life, and creativity is the skill also that employers and the market needs in terms of your career. Okay, it's like why? Because we do know that increases profitability and productivity. Okay, so of course you're going to reap the benefits out of it, as well. Okay, and because not everyone practices that, that's why it's even more valuable. And bonus here, it will be 10 times more valuable over the next 5 to 10, 15 years, etc., and so on. Why? Because through automation, okay, and through the automation of many jobs over the next decades, imagine that the number one challenge won't be for you, in terms of finding a job itself, but the challenge is and would be, okay, what can I do with the skills that I have, to find a new job, or a job that does resonate with me more, as long as my job will be automated by artificial intelligence machines. So the answer is creativity, okay, because artificial intelligence will take some time for artificial intelligence and for us to to be able to build something that is creative. Okay, so creativity as a skill, it's something quite unique to our human nature, and it might be replaced by AI, but in the very long term, definitely not the next decade. So we'll need more people who practice this skill. Okay, so this is an extra value that you need to keep an eye on. So what can you do? How can you improve your creativity skills? So number one, which is really important, I want you to understand that as long as it's a skill, that means that it's trainable, that is teachable, okay, and that it needs practice. Okay, so it's literally like exercising. Okay, don't expect to have, to be fit and have, a great body, six packs, etc., etc., without putting the effort that you need to put into. Okay, so it's exactly the same thing, and same applies to creativity. Okay, you need to practice that like a muscle. Okay, but the muscle, this muscle is in your brain, and more precisely, both to the left and right part of your brain. Okay, because it both combines, your abstract, the abstract side of your brain, the right part, and the left part, which is more practical. Why? Because you need to put your imagination into practice. Okay, into something tangible, into something specific. Okay, so you need both. You need to engage both. The sides of your brain. Okay, so yes, practice. So everything that I'm gonna tell you, in the next few minutes, you need to put it in action. Otherwise, you will just, you will just waste a great, opportunity for you to change your career and your life. Okay, so what's next? You practice. Number 2 is your mindset. Okay, and this is really important. So pay attention to that. By mindset, I mean you need to develop a mindset of curiosity. Because if you take anything as as a given, okay, and as a fact, you won't be able to generate new ideas to and new solutions to to existing problems. Okay, why? Guess why? Because you will be operating on the same level that level, let's say, of focus that has created the problem, and that doesn't work. And that's what exactly Albert Einstein said. Okay, you need to it's quite mainstream, the phrase "think out of the box," but you need to practice that, because don't expect to to be able to find solutions if you believe that you know everything. Okay, so you need to be curious about everything, and you need to be a lifelong student. Okay, you are a student, not a teacher. If you say every time that you know, then guess what? You will be just creating the same and the same and the same problems. Okay, and you will be recycling them. So you need to first of all admit that you don't know everything. Actually, so like very very few things. Okay, and the more things you will learn, okay, in your life, the more humble you will be about how small you are and tiny in this infinite world of knowledge, okay, and wisdom. So I'm telling you this because the most creative persons are the most curious curious ones, and they always question everything. Okay, so question everything. Don't take any rule or directions as a fact. Okay, think, ask, why is like this and not like that? Okay, let's try it this way or other way. This is the mindset, and you need to cultivate that. And right now I'm going to give you specific habits to cultivate this mindset. But remember, be a lifelong student, not the teacher, and be curious about everything. Nothing is granted. Okay, nothing is a fact, a given. Okay, question everything. So what are the habits? Okay, there are 5 main habits that you have to develop to cultivate your creativity. Number 1 is your sleep. So there are 2 parts here of the sleep. Number 1 is that you need to have some the minimum quality sleep. Okay, minimum 7 hours of sleep. Why I'm telling you this? Because when you sleep, your brain still works. Okay, and what it's doing is trying to to clean all all the unnecessary data and eliminate all the toxins that you have been receiving all day long. Okay, so it's actually it actually performs while you sleep. You just don't realize that, okay? Because you are shut down, but your brain works 24/7, and and the more you let it do its job, okay, the more space, literally, the more space you will allow yourself and to your brain to have for the next day. Why? Because as I told you, it just eliminates all the unnecessary data, okay, including toxins and of course information. Okay, so what is really important is that information that you don't need, okay, they need to be eliminated. Otherwise, they take space into your brain, and our brain has a minimum, a maximum like capacity of of absorbing specific information. So if you really want to practice your creativity, you need to literally to literally have a clear mind. Okay, to do that you need to sleep, because this is exactly the function of sleep. So Albert Einstein used to sleep for at least 10 hours a day. And not only Albert Einstein, many great scientists. So it's not a coincidence. Okay, so let your brain do the work for you. And number two, in terms of your sleep, is your dreams. So your dreams are the tool where you can have access to your subconscious mind. And this is great because it's a place where you can actually find solutions, okay, without wasting at all time. Okay, how you can do that? So number one is before you go to bed, okay, and once you start feeling sleepy, write down on a piece of paper the question, or the problem that you want to solve. Okay, so if you want, for example, to make like $10,000, over the next 1 month, okay, you can write down this question: how can I make $10,000 by, and put a deadline, okay, and just write this down, okay, and read it out loud before you fall asleep, okay. And what is really, really important here is don't try to solve it, don't try to think that, but just think what sort of information you will need to know to be able to generate this amount of money, or generally to solve this problem, okay, or to achieve this goal. Okay, don't try to solve the problem, but just think of what you might need in terms of information and tools, okay, and resources to be able to achieve this goal, okay, right now, to make $10,000 in 1 month, okay. And just stop there, go to bed, and once you wake up, give yourself at least, not at least, but give yourself like 10 to 20 minutes with your eyes closed in your bed, lying into your bed, and just ask yourself out loud, what have I learned? Okay, what's new here? Okay, what's the answer to my question? Okay, and then just stay there, in your bed for 10 to 20 minutes, and whatever comes up, have always a pen and paper next to you to write down. Write down even one sentence or one word. If you can't, just write down, today, I didn't, I didn't remember the solution. Okay, and just write this down, because in this way you order your subconscious mind to keep on working on finding the solution. And it's amazing how powerful this is, guys. And this is a technique that is used, has been used for centuries, for all the great scientists and inventors, and most recently is being used from is used by Ray Kurzweil, the number one expert in terms of artificial intelligence, and and number one futurist, in the world. So definitely, this guy knows exactly what he's doing. So trust me, it works. I have tried it as well. And number two, in terms, and this is one part of your dreams. The second part is to explore, and try out new things and experiment while you are dreaming, but you are conscious that you are dreaming. And this is, when you take control of your dreams and you actually use them to practice and try out new ideas and things and concepts. And this is, lucid dreaming, and it's the manipulation of it. So we're not gonna get into details in terms of that, but I want you to to understand that your sleep is such a powerful tool, okay, for your creativity, okay. And what you can do in terms of your lucid dreaming is you can just Google like lucid dreaming and find out more details, and just to put it into practice before you go to bed, okay. Don't write this problem, but write, for example, in our case, in terms of like the goal of $10,000 in 1 month, write tonight I will remember, okay, that I'm dreaming how to find $10,000 in 1 month. Okay, and once you write this, okay, repeat it out loud for at least 3 minutes before you fall asleep. Okay, in this way, you activate, you order your subconscious mind to start working on that. Okay, and that is how great it is. It's thanks to the power of our subconscious mind that we can find such great solutions. So this is one habit. Another habit is nutrition. So imagine that 60% of our brain is consists of fat, and by fat I mean like fat. But in terms of your nutrition, I mean the good fat. So like omega-3 fatty acids, for example, sardines or salmon, or good fat, for example, in extra virgin olive oil, or in avocado. So this kind of foods, what they do is it's like a superfood for your brain. Okay, they actually help your brain cells to to stay healthy and reproduce more and more. So you actually help your brain to generate more brain cells, and once you generate more brain cells, you actually become smarter, and once you become smarter, you actually become more creative as well, because you are able to find more solutions. So nutrition plays also a key role here. Habit number 3 is keep a creativity journal. That means every day try out one different thing, okay, one new thing. Okay, it could be read a book if you don't read books. It could be, I don't know, take a dance class in tango if you never danced tango before, or generally try what you do right now in a different way. So try things differently. So if you brush your teeth, brush your teeth on your opposite hand, okay, or like cook something different, okay, or what you cook it in a different way. So if you're about to eat a salad, okay, and it has spinach and broccoli and lettuce, okay, this time or next time put like broccoli, green cabbage, olive oils and onion. Okay, just this, these small details that you try to do things in a different way, you train your brain to think differently. And this is exactly what we want in creativity. Okay, try to sleep on the opposite side, of the bed, you name it. Okay, so, and keep a journal on that. One creativity, one thing per day, one creativity activity per day, okay? And write them down every day. And number 4 is random association. So that means that for 2 minutes, okay, just try to associate, actually try to think random things at once. So for example, that might go like this, and you can think that out loud or just inside your head. So it could go like water, pen, credit card, telephone, elephant, sky, etc., etc. Okay, try to to think of as many irrelevant things as possible. You will be surprised how difficult that can be. Okay, and this is also a great exercise. And last but not least, okay, relax. By relax, I mean shift your focus from the main tasks that you do, okay, whatever these tasks are, to a relaxed mode. So for example, you want to find a solution at work, and you are focused on this problem and you can't solve it. Same applies to your personal life. What you should do is to stop focusing there, take your breaks, okay, and in your break do something that relaxes you. What that does is it shifts. There are 2 modes of your brain in terms of focus: the focus mode and the diffused mode. Focus mode is once you are really focused on what you do. Diffused mode is when you are relaxed, listening to your favorite music, going for a walk, talking to your friends or to your colleagues, you name it. Something that relaxes you. Whatever relaxes you gives you exactly the amount of time and space that your brain needs to actually solve the problem on its own. Okay, so don't try to focus too much on the problem. No, take breaks frequently, okay, on your day-to-day work and life, and during your breaks do things that relax you, okay, whatever these things are: running, chatting, taking a nap, you name it. Okay, and on a weekly basis, that means that don't work every single day, and even more, try to work less. Work less, relax more, and because you will be relaxing more, you will be more creative. So you will be finding easier solutions and faster, and that will make you more productive actually. So these are the 5 habits that I can suggest you. I hope that you did find this live valuable, guys, and if you did find it valuable, give us a like to our Facebook page, jimpanoscoaching. You will find the link to our Facebook description of this live, and of course feel free to share this with anyone you believe they might benefit from. I wish you all the best, have a great evening, and see you this Sunday. Have a great weekend. Take care.